Greetings Internet, Didier here, and welcome to round 2 of the top 3 cards that were released in Panini's new expansion to the Dragon Ball Z card game, Perfection. Last time we did Black Style, so this time you know it's gonna be Blue Style. Unlike with Black Style, I feel like it was a lot more difficult to choose a top 3 list for Blue. A lot of the cards that Blue got in this set are really strong and help out a wide array of different archetypes. But the main thing that we have to look for is a card's versatility. If it can be used in many different situations, many different decks, and be a really significant impact on the game, you know that's going to be a strong card in the format. So let's get started here with our top 3 Blue Style cards, starting with number 3, Blue Training. Now this card states whenever one of your setups, drills, or allies leaves play this combat, you may destroy the top card of your opponent's life deck. And the beauty of this card is it actually affects itself. So when this own card is used and leaves play, you're going to at least get 1 mil out of it. Now this is a setup so you can have multiple copies of these in play. So you can set yourself up for a huge damage mill combat by playing 2 or 3 of these down and using them. This card creates a whole new deck archetype for Blue, a milling Blue deck. We kind of got a little bit of that with the biting drill and lifting drill synergy in the previous sets, as well as Blue Slash. Blue has some mill, much like Black does. However, this card is going to solidify that into a real deck. And you're going to be able to do it with setups, drills, or ally. And that's what makes this card so powerful, because it's not just going to be seen in one deck. It's going to be seen in multiple decks. There's going to be your setup decks, your drill decks. Some people online have talked about Goku Blue using Kamehameha to discard all your drills, do a massive damage attack, as well as milling your opponent for anywhere between 5 to 20 cards, depending on how many Blue trainings you used earlier that combat. I think people right now are kind of overlooking the power of this card, but as people explore the new cards in the new set, they're going to see how powerful this card is and how versatile it is. So definitely consider Blue Training when building a new Blue deck in the new set. Next up, coming in at the number 2 slot, a common that probably shouldn't be a common, Blue Clash. This card does so much for you, and at its core, it's an energy 1 for 4 that cannot be prevented. So alone, if you had an energy attack that was 1 for 4, cannot be prevented, that's a great attack by itself. Not only that, this card has a bunch of other things added onto it that just makes it a strong add into almost any Blue deck. If your opponent banished an ally in his last action, this attack is going to do +4 life cards of damage, making it a 1 for 8 unpreventable huge swing of damage. If it hits, you get to search your life deck or banish zone for an ally and play it. And that's just great. This gives Blue ally decks a really strong answer to their allies being banished. Not just Tag Team's ability to rejuvenate those allies at the end of combat. While that's great, you still need to get the allies back in play. And this card allows you to do that. So whether the ally is in the banish zone or in the life deck, you can play it. Blue already has some pretty good ally searchability from the discard pile. You know, it has Lunar Ray, it has Battle Readiness. So this card serves as a great addition to that subset of ally cards while providing a very strong damage output. Again, we talk about the versatility. This card puts out a ton of damage, punishes your opponent for banishing your allies, as well as helps you set up the board. This card just does everything for a Blue ally deck or a Blue deck that just plays 1 or 2 allies that it wants to hit the field. And last on the list, a card so good that I actually don't even own any copies right now. It just so happens that Ryan loved this card so much that he forced me to trade the only 2 copies that I got in the boxes that I bought for Perfection. Blue Head Shark. Now, I haven't really been seeing very many people talk about how good this card is yet, and I'm not sure why. This card does a flat 5 stages, and it has an immediate effect that you may destroy a styled setup you control to search your discard pile for a styled setup and place it into play. This card has obvious applications with the card that we just talked about, Blue Training. You can take any styled setup you have in play that may not be of real use right now, like maybe a Blue Blockade or a Blue Dominance, and get the Blue Training in play that you just used again to use again. It also has applications in aggro decks, where if you play a Dominance build with Blue Stretch Kick, if you have a Blue Dominance in play that you're not using, use Blue Stretch Kick, use Blue Head Charge to destroy your Blue Dominance and play another Blue Stretch Kick. This card can just double, triple, and really add up the amount of attacks you can do each combat. It helps you search out the perfect answer, and the styled setups that blue has really are very versatile. This card allows you to search out the perfect answer, and we all know that the style setups that blue has are really extremely versatile. It has blocks, it has ones that capture Dragon Balls, defensive setups, aggressive setups, it has it all. The kicker on this card is of course the hit effect. If one of your opponent's card effects modify the damage of this attack, draw a card. So if the opponent has Outball 6, or you're playing Garlic, this card can actually not net you 2 cards in combat. This card is definitely one of the most aggressive cards that blue got in the set. I know that even though I don't have any copies of this card right now, I need to be getting 3 very soon to include in my Trunks Blue deck. So I hope you guys enjoyed my blue top 3 list of the most powerful blue cards that, blue got in this set. Rate, comment, and subscribe below if you think that I missed a card, if you think that maybe a card should have been included on this list that wasn't, comment in the comment section below. There were a lot of really strong cards that blue got in this set, so this was a really tough list to make, so I'm sure that you're going to have opinions that differ from me. Please don't hesitate to hit that like button if you like this video, and as always, turn your dial to Random Number Gaming for weekly updates for the Dragon Ball Z card game.